not get to hear Sameer's thought on this occasion. So Sameer, I welcome you on this
part which I would like to complete. So though we build a car with all four wheels, steering wheel and everything, we have a good quality petrol as well to run the car. But one thing we are missing is the architect of this car. And I would say Nitin and Ranjit are the architects. So I would like you all to give a loud applause for them. Because unless the concept is being initiated and built, believe me, you cannot build a car. So thank you very much for all your kind words and appreciation to us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
एक बार और ताली हो जाए. I don't know what to say. I tried to prepare some notes, but it is invisible, something like this. So whatever I will speak, from my heart. If I do something wrong, you can say "Ooh," something like this. So I will correct my thing or something, right? But I believe that this journey has been excellent for years, and we look at probably initial days, weeks, and months of One Network. It was like an infant, the newborn baby. Lot of activities, lot of movements, lot of learning, lot of observation, and more or less it was inclined to objectives. What changed in the 5 years is now we are a young kid, still possesses a lot of energy, still learning, good observations, lot of movements, and more or less now we are inclined to objectives. What we want to do in future? Yes, we would like to grow together as a matured organization, to align all our efforts to set up to the objective. And believe me, with all of you, your capabilities, individual contribution, multiplying to the team level, summing up to the probably organization level, we should be able to achieve this. So I'm hopeful that we are looking forward for much more bigger milestones to achieve in future. Interestingly, I tried to run down to my memory of lanes 4 years back. I'm associated more than 4 years. And the reason for, turning down first thing is I had my own venture. So that's why I wanted to take it forward rather than, enjoying this. But I know the destiny always was there. And when Shaunak called me second time, I said, hey, yes, I have to join this because there is no alternative. But these 4 years, believe me, is equivalent to 4 months. And there's only one reason. We have excellent individuals, splendid teams, and really wonderful One family. So 3 cheers for One Network family. And in fact, this all is individual contribution. We say that team works, but all individual contribution goes to the team level. And that is how the team works. And if you look at all you, probably you are contributing to the extent you should and you are. And I'm really proud of that. We handle every day the computer, so I think most of the people you will agree that motherboard is the most important component of the computer. And same with the human being. We do have a motherboard which is combination actually of what? Can you guess? It's a mind and soul. Dil or dimag. Actually, जैसे ही मैंने दिल बोला तो youngster बोले yes, right? So I changed probably it is a man and mastish. Probably these are the things which forms the human motherboard. And believe me, if these two are happy and healthy, nothing can go wrong. कुछ लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि यार ये क्या बोल रहा है, it is very difficult to achieve. बोलने को क्या जाता है स्टेज पे खड़े होकर. But believe me, this is a very simple 3 steps. Steps are Manan, Naman, and Vaman. What is Manan is self-learning, self-exploration. Next is what I said? Come on. Naman, yes. Just to test if nobody is sleeping, right? So Naman is actually go to the mentor, learn new things, acquire the knowledge, and most important, absorb it. That is most important. And the third level is spread the knowledge inside your team to build the competitiveness. And if we are able to do that, nobody can beat us in the world. Right? And when you say so, there's a lot of interesting thing will happen. So this is how actually you have to build with the motherboard, man, dil or dimag. Manish Khatri dekho kaise smile kara. So this is actually what our strength is, and we should exploit that, right? Interestingly, a couple of weeks back I was listening to a speech and I heard a good story which I would like to narrate. A person was walking towards a village And after walking for say 30 odd minutes, he still was not able to see the sign of any village. And he saw a farmer is working. He went to him and asked, भाई साहब, आप बता सकते हैं कि कितना टाइम लगेगा मुझे गांव पहुंचने में? He said, I don't know. He was little angry, but again asked, भाई साहब आप बताएंगे मुझे कितना वक्त लगेगा गांव पहुंचने में? He said, I don't know. He was quite angry, but controlled himself and said, okay, let us move towards the village. And what happened is, when he started walking, after 10 or 15 steps, suddenly the farmer stood up and said, भाई साहब 15 मिनट लगेंगे. He was shocked. Out of curiosity, he came back and asked, जब मैंने पहले पूछा था तो आपने कुछ नहीं बताया. Why you started after some time? Farmer smiled and said, I was not aware, मुझे ये पता नहीं था आप कितने स्पीड से चलते हैं. That's what I am not able to tell you the time, because there's a distance, there's a speed, and that is actually calculates the time. So sometimes what happens is there's a perception. So sometimes you get angry, but knowing the fact, probably you get normal. And this person, actually, he might be good in art of living, but sometimes we have to art of leaving, chhod do. And that is also important in our life. When you get to this art of leaving, for example, something is not happening as per your expectation, something is going wrong, apply this theory, art of leaving, chhod do. Then you will enjoy. And what happens is, this art of leaving, gives you capability to respond rather than react. And there's a large differentiation. I can give an example of my own. I was driving one day evening, probably I was driving a car in a slow and steady pace. I know most of the people will smile, probably, yes, Samir, slow and steady, this is impossible. But believe me, for a change, I was driving my car with slow and steady pace. In Pune, traffic is very cumbersome, and unwritten rule is, big car have their road. Badi car hai to road unki hai. This is the rule. So a big SUV, they just came with a high speed. और मेरे गाड़ी को कट मार के अगले सिग्नल पे रुक गए. I just had some glimpses. So I saw, like a steering wheel, उसमें सारे अंगूठियाँ लगी हुई. Actually the person was, wearing all, अंगूठीs and all the, probably 8 अंगूठीs on his hand. And quite a hefty person. And he stood probably the next signal. I had 2 options, to react or to respond. Right? Looking at him, I am like this, he is like this. So there was no chance to react. Right? No chance to react. So I decided to respond. When I went to the signal, my car was just beside his car, and I looked at it. He was looking at me as if, "Arey, aa jao bhai, chalo, dekhta hu kya karte." I just smiled at him and said, he was surprised and shocked. He said, now interestingly, what happened behind the curtain is, car windows were closed, and I said to him in Marathi, "Akkal shunya." So I said to him, "You're stupid." He said, yes. So this is a big difference between us respond and to react, right? And if you learn, this is all human psychology. So if you learn through these kind of things, probably you'll take it, long way. And believe me, this is all, learning. And it's good to see that we have a really wonderful family. All individuals are excellent. And that's why I feel really proud to be the head of this family. And I'm sure I'm trying to do my duties in the best possible way. Sometimes I do mistake, everybody is human being, so errors are bound to happen. And especially errors happens when you take action or decision. If you don't work, there is no error, right? So I'm not afraid of, normally when new employee joins in, I tell you probably, new employees, I have already told them while the interviews, I tell 2 things. You are allowed to make infinite mistakes, but you're not allowed to repeat them. This is most important. And second thing is always believe in W and M. So W is, work, is value. It has 2 arms. M is money. It has 2 legs. M can move, W cannot. So if you too much focus on, W or M, probably W cannot come to you. The value you cannot generate. But if you focus on W, creating that value inside the organization. And really quite happy to see how we are blending together, how we are working together. And I'm thankful to the US management as well, because they allowed us to have this kind of opportunity to build this such a wonderful organization. And I'm seeing a long change because, they had the confidence, now the change is they are having now trust on us. So this trust is increasing because now we are getting the customer facing projects, we are managing probably international projects as well. And I wish that this trust continues to the higher level. The reason is very simple. Whenever there is a trust, there is no rust. So hire the trust, but on the other side, look at ourselves. If they trust us, we have to take the ownership. And ownership is like an asset. It has a depreciation. So when depreciation happens, we have to build the value continuously. And these are the basic rules which we have to follow. And I'm sure we are following it up, and we will do continue in a long way to come, right? Of course, now I see the faces, kab khatam karega, right? So I will not take more than a minute because I conveyed whatever message. But believe me, you are eager to see the performances of all our, team members. And I'm also surprised to see the kind of artistic value they have, artistic, skills they have. I'm only afraid that after all the functions, probably our tag name will change at least for a few days. Our current tag name network is solution. Maybe people will say, we also develop software. We also. Because we have a lot of skills so we can perform and everything. But interesting to see that, and I would like to thank everyone here present in the One Network family to give their own contribution, build a team for last 5 years to make the One Network family real, big, bigger, better, brighter and stronger. So I don't need a mic, so probably. Let us. Good job.
Thanks, Steve, for your kind words. So, everyone, let's